Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate, Uncut and After Show. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate pre-show and after-show goodness. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. If you'd like to keep up to date with the community debate, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. Now, we are currently joined by Ranty and Travis, so I'll raise the mic on them and you can enjoy their dulcet tones while I set up for the first live show.
Typical Salt Lake City imagery and talking about why we can see what we can.
Is that all he's banging on about again?
I know.
Honestly, he's a one trick, one observation.
I know. You know, it's so funny because I got like 3 or 4 people commenting to me, and they're like, "Why are you wasting your time? This guy is a one-trick show." I'm like, "Look, you know, I do it for other people, you know, because hopefully what I can say to somebody else out there will make sense to them. I'm doing it for somebody else. I'm not doing it for him." I don't know. I don't see him. I've texted him, Brian, the brain. I've texted him because he helped me with this video that I'm putting out. He was my mirror guy, and I wanted him to know that I was putting it out. But and I also wanted to put his image in my video, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
What are you talking about?
The brain, you know, the brain on that comes on the show. He hasn't been on in a while. He lives like an hour and a half from me, and he came out here the end of November and helped me do a mirror test across the Chesapeake. And I just got around to looking at the footage, and I did an episode last night with Zach Zabala. We talked through it and walked through it, and then I'm making a short video of it right now. But I wanted to credit him and put his image in, but I can't find him.
I see. You guys ready to start in a couple of minutes, maybe 4 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah. I can't believe how good that is. Opinion Rhapsody. Nathan, have you ever seen it?
I was listening to you talk about it from the kitchen.
Oh, it's absolute genius. It's about trolls in the internet, and oh my goodness, it is. Oh, funny as fuck. Seriously, you get it stuck on there, watch it. It's funny. You'll laugh. You'll be roaring with laughter. I was thinking that, you know, I wanted to re-upload it, but I can only ever see it in the one place, so I'm assuming that they don't appreciate other people re-uploading it.
And who can blame them?
I can't blame them, no, it's fucking amazing.
Busy day Monday. I have 2 classes on almost every day. I have 1 class with Eleanor that I take her to. But on a Monday it's 2. It's like an art class in the morning and then Spanish class in the afternoon. And it's
right.
Hence it's like an early start, and there'll only be 1 debate today.
Yeah,
it's such a busy day.
Every time I log onto the internet, onto YouTube, there's a video playing somewhere from you.
Yeah, that's a byproduct of getting all those bogus copyright strikes. So what I did was I uploaded 100 plus videos, or maybe 100 videos, all at once, without knowing really what they were. and just got them all published. So if they carried on coming in, I'd still have videos still published daily so at least there's some semblance of presence, because you've only got to be out of the loop on YouTube for about a fortnight and people think you're dead.
Yeah.
60 seconds. Oh, damn it, I played the completely wrong intro. Let's try that again.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate, not Ballbusters. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel, or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to keep up to date with the community debate, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate forum to keep up to date with the community debate. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they're live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly though, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. You have to excuse the background noise. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by Travis and Ranty Flat Earth. How are you both doing?
Hello, what ho?
Doing good, thanks, Nathan. Yourself?
Oh, a little bit annoyed. I pressed the right button for the right advert, but the advert from yesterday came out, so for some reason, even though I'd queued it with like a trigger button for the specific video, it still played the wrong one. So I've got two intros on this show, which is a bit annoying, but such is life.
Can't be helped.
Hey ho. So, any signs of curvature, gentlemen?
None.
Not a single millimetre of curvature.
Kidding. The two resident Flat Earth Debate photographers. Nothing. No signs of curvature at all.
Nope.
Oh my god. Okay, moving on. Any signs of axial rotation of the Earth-based variety as you're here today, Ranty?
You mean am I spinning? No. Hell no.
Does the Earth spin on an axis? Axial rotation of the Earth-based variety.
No.
The Earth does not want to be our spinning ball.
Indeed. Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
There is no distance to the sun, just as there is no distance to the horizon.
About scientific evidence of gravity.
Scientific evidence? What?
Gravity, Travis. Scientific evidence thereof.
Did you not watch Ballbusters last night, Nathan?
I
You should have watched Ballbusters. This
I was on it. Yeah, I did, yeah.
Well, if you watched it, you'll know the answer to that. No, there is no scientific proof at all for anything.
You got the most pertinent point of the whole show, I feel, Ranty, with that. So I'm sorry, my kid's deciding to be incredibly noisy today.
Come on, more housekeeping. We need our...
Yeah, I've just got a load of background noise.
He's distracted. He can't do two things at once.
Any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core at the
center
center of a presupposed spherical Earth. Whoa!
No evidence of that, I'm afraid, gentlemen. None whatsoever. What about any evidence of a gas pressure without a container?
No.
No.
What about
Absolutely
the presuppositional R value? Any signs of that?
Rumpus? Are we talking about Arthur Rumpus? No, haven't seen him. Don't know who he is.
Earth radius.
Oh, Earth radius? Nah. None of that.
No, none of that. Super duper. Well, that concludes the housekeeping. Relatively short and sweet. My kid wanted to get involved, which is always nice.
She knows the answers now. Wait till she gets to school.
Well, I was muting her, and then I realised that she was saying "ah."
The teacher will sit her down. This is your first science lesson. I can just imagine what she's going to say.
I've had that from a few of the commenters. They've said, her first science teacher's going to love her.
Yeah. You got any scientific proof, miss? Got any scientific proof?
Yeah, what's your independent variable for that? Did you check out the show yesterday, Travis?
Sorry?
Ball Busters. Shout out to Colin Turner for the super chat. Ball bust the super chat, indeedy.
No, I didn't. I was busy doing some stuff. I talked to. I was on Tim Osmond's channel, and then I followed up afterwards with some of my own stuff. So I was a little bit distracted.
How'd you get on with Tim?
I thought I did pretty well. It wasn't a debate. He was showing his typical Salt Lake footage, and I had some footage to show him as well. So I introduced what I'm calling the ether band, which is basically the concept of Aries diffraction and whatnot. But so I went through that discussion with him, and then I did a show later on with Zach Zabala. And so we looked through the footage that I had. It was a pretty good show.
Excellent. Yeah, I noticed that you'd done it. I just hadn't had a chance to watch that either, so I'm as guilty as you in that regard for not supporting each other's material. Although it's Tim Osmond, so no love lost.
Let me guess. Tim was still punting that couple of images that he got something about a year ago. Yeah. The one he shows every single time.
Yeah.
Every day. The one observation, the only thing that he has. I would like to see what's at the other side of that lake. I would imagine it's probably an 8-foot or a 10-foot slight hill there that's probably just causing that obstruction. And then what you've got is a small inferior mirage just happening just between the water and the sky above that's blocking it out. That's what I would think it would be.
10-foot walls, like a 10-foot wall, Ranty.
10-foot walls, 10-foot, indeed.
No, it's not. Depends how far it is. It is if you're a glowhead and you want to hijack perspective.
I want to go over there, actually, and no, I don't. What's the point in going all the way over there to go and film that? It's no. But I will.
Go there. I thought you meant go over to Tim Osmond's channel, which I was like, yeah, fair enough, you know.
No, I wasn't.
Tim Osmond's good fun sometimes.
No, I was considering going over and doing some observations over there, but there's really no need. I've got everything that I need here in the UK that I can do stuff with. And I actually will be doing a couple of observations in the next month and a half. So it's all looking really good. One in North Wales and one in Scotland. So I'm finally going to get to do the Loch Ness one that I wanted to do, which will be awesome.
Yeah, you've been looking to do that for quite a while now.
I have, yeah. And the thing is, I've been speaking to a flat earther I actually met a flat earther on Saturday. So he drove essentially a round trip of about 300 miles to come and give me some equipment that I could use over the next month or so, which was really kind and generous of him. So he's given me the use of an infrared camera and telescope, a few other bits and pieces. So that's really cool and just shows the lengths that some people will go to just help someone out or to try and find the truth. He says that he works a lot, so he doesn't get a lot of time to do these stuff himself. But he thinks that if I had this equipment, then I could make use of it. You know, that was really cool.
the drone and the telescope, right?
No. This is so the drone, the telescope, and the infrared camera came from this gentleman, along with another infrared laser, a military grade laser as well, and an altimeter, a few bits and pieces. And yet the drones are coming from another flat earther in Wales. But obviously, I'm not taking possession of them at all. That's literally going to be that they're his, but he's going to be there operating them. And he's also hired a boat for the day. So the skipper, who will be sailing in and around North Wales, he can go to certain locations. We can communicate. I can get GPS from him. I'll have eyes on him from the beach. And we're going to conduct all kind of experiments and stuff. But the drones will come in handy for when we go and do the Loch Ness experiment, because I'm really looking forward to doing that. 22 miles of Loch Ness, and obviously it's a very narrow loch, so it's got mountains on each side as well. So I'm anticipating that it's going to be decent enough to film across. But the idea being that with these drones that and he's also got a plane that he can fly. So we're going to attach all kind of lights and things to these things, and we're going to go up, go down with them with altimeters on them, because they've obviously got their altimeters. And I'll be able to film it from one side with the P1000 and infrared cameras and all this kind of stuff. And we should get some really good measurements.
Nice. Been looking forward to you doing these
Tests.
Well, it's not so much the test element, the fact that it's the new year element. So I see this now as coming into the new year. It's all the nice weather and flowers blooming and all the rest of it. That's the real new year. And that's typically, well, last year, where all the cracking observations came from, right? This time of year.
Yeah, well, yeah, for the next 6 months or so, from around about April onwards. The problem being that I think this is a phenomenon that's happening all around the UK, actually, is that there's so much mist over the ocean at the moment. I mean, for the past, it's coming up 6 weeks now that we haven't been able to see even the buildings of Barrow. So from the seawall, 50 feet above sea level, I mean, you've seen all those images from that height. You know, they should be there all the time, but the mist is blocking everything out. You can't see anything. It's really frustrating, and it's been like this for such a long time now. It's very rare. I mean, we don't even get fog or mist in this part of the UK, but I have seen it now probably maybe 20 times in the past month and a half. You know, real fog, real mist. You know, it's very unusual. But to have it sort of like settling over the water as well and stopping you from seeing anything is you know, very, very unusual.
You're looking forward to doing some of those observations with your P1000 though, because obviously, yeah, we've seen it, but
yeah. Well, when we did the Rantiathon last year, and I actually got the P1000, it was a little late in the year. So we're talking, by the time I got the camera, it was in mid-September or so. So all the really, really pristine opportunities to go out and film when the conditions were nice to see, a lot of that had already gone. So if I'd had the P1000 back in April, where I had all the photography done from the P900, I mean, some of this stuff I could have captured would have been sensational with the 4K on it. But I still have that now. So obviously I can, when the weather finally clears and we can start seeing stuff, we can do some more tests and observations around here. But yeah, I think the last year anyway was just incredible. Honestly, I think a lot of the stuff that was learned through this debate format was really crucial in pushing flat Earth forward and giving it a right good kick, especially in the observation side of stuff. And when Life is Short did his short documentaries as well, I mean, that was just fantastic.
AP.
Amazing.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some cool footage from infrared cameras and P1000s this year. It's going to be good.
Keep fingers crossed. Let's hope so.
One of the things I'm hoping you'll do, Ranty, when you do, I know I've said this to you off air, so this won't come as a shock, but you know when you do your panorama, like you spin around to show where you are, typically you'll just kind of do it as a matter of, you know, this is where I am. Whereas when you're at places like the Mirror Ball, it would be quite cool if you left it on your tripod and left it wide, zoomed out instead of zoomed in to the horizon. You zoom out and just pan around, spin it round and show us how cool it is around by you, because there is some quite dramatic architecture like literally behind you. So we're looking at like a building at Barrow, a dock. It's not exactly that exciting, no offence, but right behind you you've got Blackpool, and it is cool. So it would be nice if some of the footage started and ended when you're showing where you are, if you can just give us a glimpse of some of the cool stuff, but in a nice way, rather than it sort of being wonky as you just pick up your tripod and go, hey, here I am.
Hey, listen, if you want nice, cute stuff, go to Sandra Coolpix. She's really good.
Is that a no?
I get down and dirty.
You're only interested in the raw data. No, I get it.
If you want pretty, there's elsewhere you can go for the pretty stuff. I'm only joking. But yeah, it would be nice to actually probably incorporate that somehow.
Exactly. I know you've been sending me pictures, like, what did you call them, glamour shots from your P1000 of various wildlife and scenes that you like see that are pretty and things. So you're obviously keen to do more dramatic photography. Well, you can achieve that just by panning your camera around and keeping it on its tripod, in my opinion.
Okay, I'll consider it.
Cool.
Who else has joined?
There's just P.
P Mars.
Not just P. The great P Mars.
Yeah, King P Mars.
What kind of P Mars have we got today then?
Hopefully a good one. I was listening back to a show from about 12 months ago, P, and some of the stuff you say is quite profound on occasion, and it reminded me of why I like you. Considering you've been a dick for the last 3 months.
Untrue. Wild accusations. I'm a gentleman and a scholar at all times.
Did it feel good when you sniped fight the flat Earth?
I never did that.
Oh, right, okay. That's if you say so, P.
I mean, you got evidence?
Oh no. But it was the same. It was the same porn that was playing though.
You got evidence that I ever porn bombed anyone?
I might have a video on my channel about that.
Yeah, does it prove that I'm a porn bomber?
I wouldn't say that it doesn't.
Oh, when did the porn bomber show up?
Sean Hufford used it as evidence to prove that I'm a porn bomber. It's funny that he spends his whole time on YouTube saying that you're a liar, but then when he wants to use one of your videos to prove, it's something he believes, then all of a sudden your evidence is good to him.
Yeah, that was a standard. That was a standard that we were charged with about 18 months ago, right, P? Cherry picking.
Yeah.
So you'd have somebody, for example, saying, "Hey Dan W, how you doing?"
Hey Nathan.
Good to have you. So 12 months or 18 months ago, you'd have someone saying something like, "The moon rings like a bell when you fire something at it." Hey GP, can you hear us? Hello.
Yeah, Jeremy here.
Good to have you. And yeah, you're just basically picking bits and bobs of NASA's narrative that you like the sound of, in that case quite literally and figuratively. Can you say something else, GP, just so I can turn you up?
Hello?
Hello. Very extensive, thank you.
I think everyone's guilty of confirmation bias, right? I try to, look at things objectively, I guess. But I mean, ultimately, you're gonna have your own biases on things. But it's like, it's kind of shameless to do what Sean Hufford did. I think is like call someone a liar for years, and then as soon as they say something you agree with, use that as evidence. Like that's just blatant. Like he's not even trying to be objective at all.
Just sound check GP again. How you doing? Can you say a few more words?
Yeah, rookie mistake. Sorry about that.
No, that's perfect. You sound good now.
So yeah, can I like put a question into the round, like to everybody, to the panel?
Go ahead.
I'm a flat earther, okay, and I'm convinced and everything. But my question is, what platform? I mean, we have all kinds of evidences, whether it's visual, mathematical, scientific. I mean, you name it. They're all in existence. But doing it on, and this is no like negative criticism. I'm just curious to know, what platforms are you intending to use? Because I mean, Hangout is great, but I don't know, maybe some scientists, some renowned scientists who can be, I don't know, persuaded or convinced by the, obvious evidences.
Well, I got one. Dr. John D.
Okay. Who's that? Is that like a scientist, is he?
Yes. I don't know his exact discipline. I think it's optical spectroscopy from memory, PhD.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Arwin. How's your show?
Hello. Good. I had Dan on here also, I see.
Yo, Owen.
Hello. So how's my mic sound?
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of white noise again. I think that Yeti mic you had was working. I don't know why you said it.
No, it wasn't. No, it was going in and out randomly. It sucked. But okay, I'll just restart and put in the regular cheap ass.
Okie dokie. So just
So
out of interest,
Nathan,
yeah, I was going to say, why do you want a PhD to be backing this? Not that it's
no, I'm not. No. I'm not saying that he should be on the panel. Absolutely not. I'm just wondering. What is this PhD John D? Is he the guy who I saw some videos of Karen D that she was going to help him? That's another guy. Or was it the same dude?
yeah, that's the guy.
Okay, great. Because I've like I said, I'm new here, and I'm sorry if I'm taking up your time, but I'm really, how shall I say, I'm here in Germany. I'm a businessman and a quite successful one at that. But I have a lot of, I'm like swimming against the stream here.
Yeah, not wasting our time. Far from it.
Okay. So yeah, that's my main, how shall I say, question is, like what kind of platforms can be used to, bring this out in a really professional, scientific manner.
Well,
Good question.
say again, Pete.
What's that?
That was me. I was gonna say that I've tried to say this over and over again that we need to get someone who.
Oh, hold on, Travis. Hey, UK Truth.
Hi, Nathan.
Hello.
We need to get people focused on writing papers that are going to be able to be received in the academic community. Other than that, you're just going to have online chat rooms that you're going to be able to jump into and have discussions or whatnot. But I think that we have to have a lot of the stuff that we're talking about in writing. It needs to be tangible and put in the hands of people to be able to read what we're saying and see it that way.
If you want the academic community to pay attention, you should say the Earth is transgender.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello?
Oh, that's
Hey.
miles better, Arwin.
Yo.
Is better?
Yes, considerably.
Alright. Good to know.
Well, I think that this will just naturally evolve, and it has done over the past, year or two. Things have changed. There's been a lot more interest, a lot more channels have sprung up. So, people are coming to it. It's just that, it's going to take a little more time for the right people to come, people with a big enough platform that they can actually make a difference, because we are still a very small part of the internet.
The debunking channels are getting bigger. Like all the new people that are coming to laugh at flat earthers.
Like Simon Dan and Fight the Flat Earth.
Yeah, fight
There's-
flat
there's-
earth.
There's characters.
Yeah, it used to be back in 2015, maybe even a bit earlier, that you had mainstream heliocentric channels, and then you had this tiny little corner that started a flat Earth, and that tiny little corner grew and got momentum and got promoted by YouTube. Then you move on to today, and flat Earth is fairly big on YouTube. You know, it's not a tiny little insignificant corner of YouTube. There's a fairly substantive amount of material. So you have this now offshoot of flat Earth, which is anti-flat Earth, which are the people you've just listed. So they're the new tiny little insignificant corner of the internet. The only difference being that they get a lot more promotion because we've been censored in this corner of the internet, even though we're substantially bigger. So it seems disproportionate in terms of the amount of attention those guys get, even though they're new and have hardly done anything. Which makes me smile. It's good, you know, great. They're the new guys, if you like.
Like Tim had 200 viewers yesterday, which is like, I remember, you know, he only had 20 viewers only 2 years ago or something.
Well, he's totally changed his attitude though. So Tim's become a better YouTuber over the last year. He's changed his attitude. He's less trolly than he was. Yeah, he still, you know, claims to be 100% troll, but he's putting more effort into his videos. And as much as he denies it and is like, I don't care, it's like, well, you put effort in, so you must care to some extent, and it does show because your videos, or Tim Osmond's videos, are better. I've watched more and more of them, and really I'm only interested in the quality of the content. If it's boring, you turn it off, right? So I can only give kudos where it's due for Tim, and that's why his audience is growing. You work hard on your channel and people will come and watch your stuff.
Do you think that Fight the Flat Earth guy actually knows what he's talking about? He seems to like come off as like a clever guy, but I really don't know if he's just.
I don't think he comes off as clever. He comes off as like
we can't swear. We're not allowed to swear.
An adult child.
Yeah,
That's
a good one.
No, doesn't have any manners. Doesn't know how to debate.
Hey, Paul.
Hello, sir. Hello.
I don't watch Fight the Flat Earth. The only bits I get to see of him, because I'm subscribed to Mr. Cheswick. I don't know if you know who that guy is, but he does various hit pieces on flat earthers and globe earthers, or anti-flat earthers. So he seems to have a fondness for Craig. I mean, I only know his name because Mr. Cheswick's told me. You know, he's done great advertising. You know, with a few more adverts, I'm sure I'll be subscribed to this Fight the Flat Earth guy. But literally, my only interaction has been through the adverts that Cheswick makes for him.
You mean he has cravings?
I don't know what his attachment is to Craig, but you know, he seems to like making songs about him and making videos about him. And although the presentation is such to make the audience member think that this person's ridiculing said YouTuber Fight the Flat Earth, but it's like, well, they're just non-stop adverts. You know, he's making everybody else aware of this guy. That's what they serve for. But maybe he doesn't recognise that yet. It's like, well, by the time you've made 4, 5, 6 videos about somebody, you're just highlighting them to the rest of the community. You know, his last song wasn't so much funny as more just a flat-out advert for him. I don't know if you heard Cheswick's last song for Craig, but it just seemed like an advert for him, singing about gravity and Craig and watching him unbox an Xbox and like this. You know, if I was Craig, I'd be asking if I could mirror it as a half-decent advert.
But in answer to the question, I don't think Craig knows very much about this debate, the topic at all. That was the original question.
Yeah, I just.
He's got like a physics background or something, but yeah, he doesn't know anything about the debate or the arguments.
Yeah, he's just doing it for the money, though, isn't he? So.
Yeah.
Smash the super chat if you're watching live.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, just like Nathan.
I've never denied it though, P. So it's not like I've claimed to be a war veteran and asked people to donate. You know, when I say smash the super chat, my intentions are pretty straightforward. If you enjoy this channel and you want to support the channel, smash the super chat. I'm not saying give it me because I'm this, that, and the other. Just give it me if you want to. Simple. You don't have to. You've not given me a penny now, have you, P? You're not going to be demanding any refunds anytime soon.
I'm giving you content.
Oh, I'm so grateful.
Content, yeah. Giving you
I'm the
time,
content
P.
king.
Give you time.
But it's amazing you're so open about like just being here for money, and you still get support from flat earthers.
It's not just being here for money. If my content was just me begging non-stop,
Give me
then
some
nobody
money.
would tune in. But at the end of the day, I have decided to be a YouTuber. So this is what I want to do to earn my living, P. And I'm
Shout out
not in the
to
slightest
Colin
bit
Turner
ashamed.
for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you to Colin Turner. Really appreciate the support. Very apt timing. But yeah, so no, I'm not making any bones about that. My ambitions to be doing this full time have also been made clear from the offset when I was doing Flat Earth videos. I want to be a YouTuber. That's what I've said to people. I want to be successful at doing this. And if I was only here to make money from YouTube, then I wouldn't be successful. You know, you can only be successful if you love doing it. Because 99.9% of people who think they want to be a YouTuber don't really, because they don't really love it. So, you know, do what you love and you never have to work another day in your life, right? Well, I love doing this. So I hope to make money from doing it. And I don't see that there's any issue in that. Everybody has to earn a living some way. This is the way I do it. And I do it by smashing globe heads to pieces, which is good fun.
Nathan, you could short it, you say it much shorter, and that's just you're a YouTube professional.
Ah, yes, I can say that now. Over 10,000 subscribers. Classed
You
as
pretend
popular.
you pretend the Earth is flat for a living. I like that.
Yeah, but I don't pretend.
No,
But
Yeah, you do.
a professional makes money. That's what the profession is. You do it to make money. So there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm a professional heliocentric debunker, P.
Some people pretend to play video
Professional
games.
glober whipper.
Nathan pretends the Earth is flat. You know.
But what's to
The
pretend
audience
about?
hits
Hey,
the
hey,
super
P.
chat and Nathan hits the globers.
What's to pretend about?
Hey, P.
The Earth is obviously and observably flat, P. That is how it presents itself.
Because you don't really believe that. It's hilarious.
There's nothing to
You just sit
believe.
here and pretend.
I've just,
Hang
that's why I
on,
said
hang on.
it.
Look, can I say something?
Go ahead.
I'm in sales, and I know Nathan was in sales at some point too. But Nathan and anybody would agree, the best salesman is the one that believes in the product he's selling. If you're trying to sell it and you don't really think the product's good, you're going to show to be a charlatan pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's not a lie. If you
Yeah,
believe
Nathan
it.
is openly admitted to being a charlatan.
That's not charlatanism. How is that charlatanism?
It's all good though, isn't it? It's all
You
good.
know, because you're just like putting on an act for money.
Didn't listen to what Paul just said.
Don't really believe. It's like if you pretended you were disabled or something. It's kind of like the same as pretending the Earth is flat, because you're basically pretending to be mentally retarded, right?
It's outrageous claim. Not at all.
That's outrageous.
What Paul just
Outrageous.
said. What Paul just said was that as a salesman, if you, I'm going to say own because I can use examples of that. So when I was an audio rep, I was out visiting studios and dealers and all the rest of it, and I was telling them about my amps because I'd bought them. Fucking expensive they were too. You know, quite a long time. They're all breaking and getting off. One of them's off for repair as we speak, actually. But I won't badmouth my amps. I love them. But the point is that I saved up, and they were quite a lot of money, and I bought them because I damn well wanted them. They were awesome. So when I went into a dealer or a studio and said, "You want to buy these? They'll make everything sound better." I didn't say that, but words to that effect. They believed me because I meant it. And when I say the Earth is obviously and observably flat, I mean it.
Great acting.
Oh God.
No, it's true. It's true though. It's observably flat.
Do you not think it's observably flat, PMARS?
No, it's definitely not.
Well, that's because you're wearing. That's because you've
That's
got
why
glasses.
That's
'cause
why when you go
no.
on debates, you don't have any arguments. You know.
That's because you're looking through convex lenses, mate. They're stuck on your nose.
I mean, I appreciate Nathan for holding all these scientific people to task. You know what I mean? Holding their feet to the fire.
Well, I think flat Earth is cool, and I think it's cool that Nathan and you guys pretend the Earth is flat, and I applaud you guys. You guys are real far out. Congratulations.
you not think it's interesting that the Globers haven't got any scientific evidence of any of the claims they make?
I think it's interesting that you would say that, knowing that it's not true, and then you can say that without laughing. It's pretty...
You're saying that pretty definitively, so I'm assuming you're going to now provide us proof?
Why would you assume that?
Because you just said that they do have proof.
I said you were lying when you said they don't.
So they do have proof then?
Of course.
Can you show it us then?
I don't want to.
We'll wait.
Then it's just your opinion, T. It's not, so you're.
I've watched them show you guys evidence, so I'm not gonna play these games with you guys.
But you want to, because you come in here all the time and play games with us. So
No,
yes, you do want to play games.
I want to pretend the Earth is flat too.
But you're not pretending.
Well, it's not. It's a sphere. We all know it's a sphere, but we can pretend it's flat.
You can't say that on this panel. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on the panel, and I'm willing to state now that 6 of them don't think that, P. You're the only one here that thinks that.
Pete Shea would agree with me.
Well, now that is descending the farcical Pete Shea into farce now, isn't it?
Pete Shea speaks a lot of truth. You guys don't give him enough credit. He's called
About
you all
what?
nuts.
About what? About
You're
everyone being a shill and a tranny, or
You're all
about
all
our
actors. You're all actors and trannies. I mean, clearly.
right?
Somebody said his name was Pete Shea the other day.
Pete Shea said that himself.
It's an anagram. So Pete A. Shea is an anagram of Pete Shea.
Wow.
Only because he's always going on about anagrams. But he doesn't tend to explain anything. He'll just say a random word and then get angry when you don't fully understand and appreciate what he says. For example, he'll just say, Aristarchus! And that's the full length of the explanation. And if you ask him to elaborate, it's, Aristarchus is everything!
I'm still waiting for his comparing the moon craters video. Like I said, told him to do that like half a year ago and still hasn't done anything.
At least Pete has a model. You guys
really?
don't
He does.
have that.
No, he just has a concept. He just
He's in the
says,
chat.
No,
Hold on.
everything
He's
is
in the chat.
Aristarchus. Everything is Aristarchus.
He's in the chat.
His
This is
model
bullshit.
is Aristarchus.
He's 10
Hold
steps
on.
ahead of you.
Hold on. Pete, if you can hear us, you can come in. There's a gap on the panel. You're welcome to join if you want to. No pressure if you don't.
Really? He's here? Where?
He's always watching.
I don't see him in chat.
The
Oh,
omnipotent
I might
Pete
have him
Shea.
blocked. I don't
Oh.
see him. I might have him blocked.
Talking of having people blocked, Tarwin, so I found out this morning after actually reading some of my Skype messages that you'd got Slick James Johnson blocked. That's why you weren't in yesterday's Ballbusters, right?
Apparently. Well, I blocked him because he acted like a total absolute dick. Like when he first came on the scene. And has been like literally trolling me, so I just freaking blocked him because I couldn't stand the guy. And yeah, what I heard yesterday is all really nice. I don't trust him. I'll never trust him. Ever.
Well, let's hear some of his criticisms of you then. Let's see if we agree with him.
I wouldn't know. I can't see him.
Yeah, but you must have
But
blocked him for something.
I'll unblock Pete Shea to help you guys out, but you need to guide me on how to do it again because it's not so straightforward.
You actually have to go to his channel, so press on the 3 dots on the chat for Pete Shea, go to his channel. And
But
then...
I can't because I don't see him.
Well, I can't help you.
Somebody could link me to his channel.
No, you just need to go into.
I'll
to
link
the,
it to you.
you need to go into community settings.
Okay.
Maybe we should make a whole new channel just for you, Owen.
No. Settings. Oh, blocked people. Right.
Shouldn't censor people, Arwen.
I
Or
only got 2.
anyone.
No, I don't have him blocked. What is this?
You guys, what's with all this censorship, man? Riley's got me
I got
blocked.
nobody blocked right now, so.
Earth Flattener blocks me.
I think I've got around about 8,600 blocked.
Whoa, 8,000? What? Soccer
How do you do
counts.
that?
Yeah, there's a lot of trolls.
8,000? That's a mega amount.
Well, when I go
What
live
is a
on my
troll? Someone who disagrees? I don't understand. Like, why
no,
can't
no, you can disagree, but when you come in and you say stuff like, you know, if you do ad homs the minute you come in, then you're going to get blocked. It's as simple as that. And all the mods on the channel know that. So if you come in and you start screaming and shouting and acting like a complete idiot, you're going to get blocked. And I'm not going to go back and say, oh, you've blocked such a person. Why did you do that? Because, you know, I trust their judgment. You know, if you come in and you want to disagree by all means, but just don't be an idiot about it.
They're censoring people with that Marvel Girl movie on Rotten Tomatoes. They deleted 50,000 user reviews because they were negative.
My word.
Totally crazy, the censorship that's going on these days. People think it's okay. They want to they try to silence people by they'll say like you're racist, sexist, homophobic, or a troll. They'll just dehumanize you that way, and then they don't have to argue with you.
Well, it's very easy how to reply to that and say, you're a filthy communist infiltrator. Done.
It's funny. It's funny. They only censor the truth. They don't censor a lie.
I did a video about this Greater Sapien. I hate Antonio Subirats, right? But well, I don't hate him, but I just strongly dislike what Antonio does. But so Greater Sapien was saying Antonio Subirats was racist just because he was talking about differences between black culture and white culture or something like that, and it's ridiculous. Like you can't even talk about cultural differences without being labeled a racist. Like they don't want white people even talking about black culture. It's insane. So it's like trying to silence people. Hey, what's up, Pete?
Hey, I made it.
Pete Shea.
I usually can't get in because
Hey,
either
Michael
somebody
Johnson.
blocked her-
Hold on 1 second. Just
somebody
want to do a couple of
blocked.
it. Hold on. Just want to do some intros. Hey, Michael Johnson, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. That's good. Hey, Pete, can you hear us?
Hold on, give me a second. Let me
Yeah.
go grab a beer real quick.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good to have you.
Beer. It's not even 10 a.m.
A beer? Yeah, he's having a beer. So what time? What
That guy
world
said
is
he's gonna go grab a beer.
Must
Bunch
be
of
thirsty.
flat earth boozers and drug addicts. That's all I see on YouTube.
It's an alcohol community with a flat Earth problem. Like a, or is it a flat
I
Earth
don't even
community
drink.
with an alcohol problem?
This guy might be in a completely different time zone. It might be last thing at night for him, for all we know.
Oh no, don't worry about the time zones and the beer. What's going on?
I come in just to address something what Nathan said. So you say that all I say is Aristarchus is everything and that's it. I don't expand on anything. Anytime I've ever come into your hangout, Nathan, and said even the slightest controversial thing, like there are actors and agents placed in Flat Earth Inquiry from the very start, I get berated and I get jumped upon by you and your cronies like Ranty and the rest of Arwen here. You can't mention trannies. You can't mention the transgender issue.
Oh, really? You can't mention it. Like,
No,
I
you can't
mentioned
mention
that
it.
I
Owen, hold on.
literally have two
Owen,
friends that are transsexual.
Owen. He's getting his say. Let him have it.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't mention that in general. You can't make a general point about it or point out where the transgender issue is in full swing or full play, yet without being shouted down. Ranty here will ban me or has banned me as a flat earther. I'm a flat earther since 2013. Banned me on spot. So just for mentioning trannies, and then he's gone out
No.
talking about
You didn't mention
okay,
just
hang on, let
trannies.
me finish, please. Talking about how I'm a tranny. I have a son. I have no problem proving my gender or anything.
Prove
like
it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove
Do
you're
we
not.
really?
Prove you're not
Hold
a woman.
on. Hold on. I
So
want
again,
I
here we
want.
have Ranty. Here we have Ranty.
Show us your peg leg.
Stop it.
Here
Stop
we
it.
have
I want Pete to
Ranty,
get to
a
the
flat
end.
earther, asking me to prove something that I'm speaking about on a general point. So again, these are all things that you can't really get a chance to expand upon in forums or hangouts like this, because again, you jump down by a group of people. It's not just one or two people who have an inquisitive mind. Nathan, you mispronounced Aristarchus so many times. You just, in one comment there, I think showed up yourself. I've said a whole hell of a lot on Aristarchus, and you're talking as if it's my thing only, whereas Aristarchus is there for all of us to investigate. So it's
Can I?
primarily in terms of
Who
the
else is
most
talking
mysterious
about?
moon crater on the moon.
I'd
So
like
who
a
else
chance
is
to.
talking about Aristarchus?
I'd like a
Who
chance
else
to
is
respond
talking
as
about
well.
Aristarchus?
Why are you all rumpus singing? This is the
Can I
bit I
say
actually
something
want to
real quick?
hear. I
Well,
want
I
to hear
just want a
this
chance
bit.
to respond. He called me out by name and said that he was just generalising about women. No, when Constance Bruns came on my channel
Yeah.
and we were talking about her, you were saying, "Who is that woman? She is a transvestite. Just look at her." Right?
No.
That is so. Yes, you did.
No, hang on. Let me say exactly what I said. Let me
All
say
right. Well,
exactly
it's
what I
like,
said.
well, you can find it. It's on my channel, and you'll be in the side
Right.
chat saying it because you'll be able to
Right.
bring up the
Yes,
live chat of
so
what
I'll
you were
say
doing.
exactly what I said, and then you can retract what you just said. So
Oh,
what I said
right.
was,
Okay.
the very first time Constance Broom was introduced, no, I never heard of her. No one else ever heard of her. And to me, Constance Bruns is a clear man in a woman's drag, right? In woman's garb. This is obvious. This is
No, it's
obvious
not.
and observable.
Hold on. I thought you were going to give something other than just a baseless assertion, and all you're going to do is reassert
No,
piss
no,
Ranty
hang on,
off.
please. We're talking about a specific case where I went into Ranty's hangout and he banned me instantaneously.
No,
That's all.
you
Yeah.
said general.
Well, I'm tempted
That
to do the
wasn't
same.
general.
Hold on, Ranty. The only reason I called you in was because I was hoping you'd tell us about Aristarchus. Now, so far I've heard it's a mysterious moon crater, and then everyone rumpused
Okay.
you.
Okay, I'll go back to that. Let's go back to that then. So, have you any experience at all with crater Aristarchus? Have you examined the moon at all, Nathan?
Yes.
Right, so you've heard of crater Aristarchus, right?
Yeah, I've studied the moon. I've looked through it for many, many hours through a telescope.
Okay, so you've heard of crater Aristarchus, right?
Yes.
Right, grand, because it seems strange that you have a little bit of a problem, or you had in the past anyway, pronouncing the name. But when you look into it, crater Aristarchus, first of all, in the mainstream science, it's described as the most mysterious crater on the moon, the most mysterious object in our system. Right, so this is a point of interest to begin with. Now we know we can turn all of science and all of knowledge, if you will, upside down. So when we come to a flat Earth realization, we can look at the crater Aristarchus in a new light. When you do that, you find out so many things, or at least I have anyway. Arwen says no one else is talking about this. I would say that's probably true, but it's probably true for good reason as well. It's certainly not that no one knows about the significance of crater Aristarchus. But I could talk for a long time about that, but that requires a conversation. You've done many shows, Nathan, here, and talked about some valid topics, of course, for many hours on end. So all of these things need expanding upon, especially when someone is hearing it for the first time. That's all.
Hey Pete, I do actually know another person that does talk about Aristarchus. You
Sure.
know who it is?
No,
It's me.
I never heard you say anything about it, Arwen.
Oh, that's because you don't really follow my shows. But hey, I mention regularly or every now and then, yeah, Pete Shea, he may be a bit of a nutter, and you
also
are,
mentioned Goodney Gunn,
but
and I
you
think
might
that was-
just be turning out to be right about Aristarchus, even though you never actually get into the real technicals or bring any kind of proof whatsoever.
Okay, thank you, Arwen. I might be right in what sense, because I have a lot more realized than maybe what you know. But what do you mean I might be right?
That's what I'd like to know from you. What are you right about, Pete? What exactly
Well, let's hear
is it
what
about?
Arwen says. So Arwen is one of
No.
your right-hand-
No. I don't want Arwen to tell me about Aristarchus. I want you to. And so far you've said it's very important, it's very mystical, and we can all look at it. That's what I've got so far.
Okay, Nathan. So have you ever looked at any of my hangouts, first of all?
Oh, here we go. No.
See, that's all.
So hang on, let me ask you a simple question.
I don't
Have you
need
ever
to know
looked at any
about
of my
what
hangouts?
has happened on your hangouts. Pete, this is exactly what you did last time. Exactly the
Don't
same thing.
bully me now, man. Don't
I just want you
browbeat
to
me.
tell me, I'll make it really specific. What
want
specifically?
To know what your basis is.
Yeah, I'm just asking a question, Pete. Pete, you're just going to rumpus me. Is it because Arwen? Please don't do this. Is it because you've got literally nothing to tell us about it? Because I'm asking you specifically, what is it about Aristarchus?
Okay, let me answer that then. So you won't answer my simple question because I don't know where you're at then. So you know nothing at all about it. Okay, I'll have to put it in simple terms. And after I do, please, Arwen, you might answer my question. Aristarchus is the singular source of all the luminaries. When we come to a flat Earth, we can start thinking in these terms. We notice that the luminaries, for want of a better word, all appear to roll across the sky in unison. So instead of a million, billion, infinite number of suns, we have one sun. When we look at the moon, we're looking at a reflection of the sun. But ultimately, Aristarchus, in its crater form, reflected form, emanates from the North Center. So we have one singular source, and all of the light show we see is it connected to that one source.
How does a reflection cast a shadow, like on the craters of the moon?
Right. These are different issues, right? We're trying to get to the basics of Aristarchus, first of all.
It's a fractal.
Right? So to explain that to Nathan, this is where it comes into it. When we look at the moon, we are looking at the best way that I have come to describe is a sort of kaleidoscopic expression of one and only one thing, one crater. There's only one crater on the moon. I know it sounds ridiculous, and it doesn't certainly appear to look that way, but this is the nature of the illusion, I guess. We are dealing with again, a singular source. And for the first time, I would say this is all tangible. I could go on to talk about how Aristarchus expresses through the clouds. You can notice it via the repeating cloud patterns in your local sky. You know, and when you compare your repeating cloud patterns to my patterns, we see that they're a match. Now, the reason for this is because, again, everything is an expression of a single source. Well, I'm trying to think off the top of my head here.
Let's just get... Sorry, Pete. So what you're saying is this crater on the moon projects all of the luminaries. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. The moon is a reflection of the sun. The sun is a reflection of Polaris. Polaris is a direct reflection of Aristarchus. All the luminaries appear to revolve around Polaris, right? This makes it a central point. So again, everything is emanating from the North Center. That's where Aristarchus expresses from. And if you want my best way of explaining it, Aristarchus is the decapitated tree of life. This is what we remember at Christmas time when we get a decapitated tree, i.e. the part of the tree above ground. Below ground, we have the root system. And we place it onto an X on the ground and artificially light it up with a big star at the top. So yeah, I know you don't like the idea of giant trees as well, Nathan, but that's where Aristarchus goes back to as its roots. So again, emanating from the North Center, but there's much more to it than that, as well as it all comes back to the heart of our matters. Everything is connected here. So I mean, you know,
so you basically believe in that guy, that MRBBB or whatever his name is, that's in the UFO community, that posted that video about that big ass tree that was cut down and all the mountain ridges with the limbs.
Well, it's along those lines. It's certainly the nature of Earth. Our Earth certainly does incorporate giant trees, but not probably in the form that you might be thinking of. Yeah. No, but
it's a really nice story told in a very loose way that's really. Yeah, you're not doing your own story a good service, and if every time you present it like this, because there is something to it. That's the weird part, but you're making a mess of it.
Well, hang on,
you're just
Arwen.
laying connections that are not there.
Right, hang on, Arwen. I guess ideally, this would need to be talked about and expanded upon on a different format. For instance, if I was talking to you one-on-one, we might spend 2 or 3 hours discussing it and developing the thought further. Right here, you're sort of put on pressure and asked for a neat and concise explanation for something that incorporates everything. It's a bit difficult to do.
Yeah, but why don't you just start not with the whole, but with some first step elements, like actually proving the fractal nature, actually proving that the Aristarchus crater is being reflected in another by comparing it in Photoshop, like I suggested to you half a year ago, and you haven't.
Okay, well, I realize there's a different different nature to this game that we're all involved in here, and who am I trying to prove anything to anybody?
You're trying to prove it to everybody. You're talking about it every day, so do it. Actually
No.
take the step and prove it.
Listen, don't be talking to me and chatting down at me like that.
I will
This is
damn
for
well
you.
talk to you like that because you're being a baby.
This is for you to find out your own truth here.
No,
right?
no, it's not. You're talking about this all the time, so you bring the proof.
Shut
And you
your
can
mouth.
do it.
have
I
you
told
blocked,
you how
man.
to do it, so bring it.
Hey, listen, man. I have you blocked because I'm fucking sick of you.
Oh, you're
Get 'em,
sick of
Marvin.
me? You're sick of me? What you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm just sick of you. You're here from the start. You're another put in place, right? You're here from the start.
Okay, hold on.
yeah.
Hold on, hold
I'm
on.
here
Let's get
for
some
the
control.
view.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
If you
whoa,
go
whoa,
against
whoa,
My
whoa,
the
whoa.
secret
Stop,
budget,
stop,
my
stop,
secret
stop,
CIA.
stop, stop.
Yeah.
Right, let's get back on track. So, Pete, what evidence do you have to come to the conclusions you have of Aristarchus being a reflection of Polaris, or whatever it is?
This is all a game, Nathan, and you certainly know more than what you let on, as is evidenced by some of the screenshots that you put up in between. People talking on your hangout here. I would bring people's attention to when you came to the flat Earth debate, and all the ballers were throwing Copernicus down. This is established science for 500 years. What they should have been doing is saying that this is established since 2,500 years ago, when Aristarchus of Samos was the first man to propose that the sun was at the center and all the spherical bodies, in terms of planets, were revolving around. But we never hear that. So that's a little clue in terms of its omission itself. When we look into this fabricated character, Aristarchus of Samos, we're told that this man is the first to name the sun as a star. Now, when we understand that the man didn't exist, we can look for the clues implanted, right? So that's a sort of a starting point. What evidence and proof do I have right now to bring to you that would convince you in minutes? I don't think that could be done, but I could certainly detail lots of different pieces of evidences which would all gather together and accumulate into, I'm not going to say proof, but certainly a great indication that this is what we're dealing with. Let me just say about flat Earth, and you know I've mentioned this so many times to you, Nathan.
And with
You are
proof,
great at
you
saying what
mean
isn't.
claims.
Hang on, please.
With proof,
Hang
you
on,
mean
please. Nathan,
claims.
you're great at saying what isn't. Let's hear your view of what the sun is. You're always talking about the stars, our intangibility, and we can't know what they are. Let's hear what you think. Let's hear your thoughts on the real nature of things, as opposed to so much effort being put into what isn't. You know.
Can I jump in real quick? I see, Pete, you've just completely dismissed Nathan's simple answer to you. You just waxed on for like 2 minutes, not answering his question. Can't you?
I answered it, man. I answered it, but as I said, it's not easy to answer in
That's a non-answer.
neat and concise terms.
Yeah, try. Okay,
And
we're all here.
let me say to anyone listening here that Aristarchus gets to the heart of our matters as well.
You
There's no
can't. You just
separating.
ramble.
You're
You
making
can't,
a
I know,
claim
but
without
then-
any foundation. That's
can't really have a
Shut your mouth.
conversation.
you got a good
It's
idea, but you have
rambles.
no structure. You got
Shut
nothing.
your mouth. It's not an idea.
It
Aristarchus
is
gets
an
to the
idea.
heart
You're
of our
presenting it like
matters
an
as well.
idea,
There
like
is
something
no,
you dreamt up, and you're bringing no structure at all.
Arwen,
happened
I
to the
don't want
dodo?
to hear
Like the
have you
damn
shout
dodo
over
thing.
me or vice versa.
But
All I'm
if-
saying is anyone out there
He does the
listening,
same thing Isa does, where he just goes from subject to subject without saying anything about any of the subjects. He just brings up subjects over and over and again.
I'm talking about the same thing, P. Mars.
Yeah.
That's what that's what all
no
these like
structure.
rambling BS people like Isa Malachowski. He'll just like go just ramble subject to subject, and you can't have a conversation with him. You know, it's like he just constant word salad.
Name
It's like intellectual fruit.
was it
Intellectual
Merle?
fruit.
the Beatle.
It's what Rumpus
That
does
shit, that
as
was so
well.
funny. This intellectual fruit, and we're having a food fight.
I love it. That's a good one, Dan. That's really good.
Yeah, that's what Issa said.
Awesome.
Hey, Nathan, can I ask you a question?
You shall know them by their fruits, okay? So that's freaking brilliant.
I've seen
Just about
Aristarchus
to round out the
before.
live show, but if you do want to ask me a question, you've got about 60 seconds with 300 people watching. Go ahead.
Okay, I could do it a lot quicker than that. How many seconds do I got now?
Just go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, do you have anything other than perspective to go on the flat Earth?
Anything other than what? I didn't catch that.
Other than perspective.
I don't understand the context of your question. Have I got anything other than perspective?
Anything other. Like, do you have any kind of other observation or any kind of other proof or any kind of other fact or anything else in your head besides perspective and looking at the horizon?
For what?
For your proof or your validation of flat Earth.
Sure.
But that's the axiom. The Earth is obviously unobservably flat.
Okay, well, you're not answering my question. Do you have anything other than that?
What
Yes,
do you mean,
he
other
does.
than the observably bloody obvious?
Right.
wrong
What
with
else
that?
do you need?
What
Yeah.
else do you need?
How about stars going missing when you go up high enough?
Well, I'm asking Nathan, not you, Arvin.
Oh, okay. I'm just giving an answer.
On that
Well,
rather absurd note, I will say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in. If you're watching this on Nathan Oakley channel, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow. If you're watching this on Nathan Oakley 1980, then check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. Be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. I've been Nathan Oakley and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Well, you said, have we got any other proof? So you agree that perspective is proof?
I'm not going to listen to his minions.
So you agree that perspective is proof?
He said he's not going to listen to a minion.
Well, we can discuss it then. He said that perspective was proof for the flat Earth, which is great because that's one thing that we have. We have, and you have nothing for the globe.
Else besides that.
What else do you need?
Proof's proof. One proof is enough, isn't it?
Nathan, calm down.
That's what he said. He said, "What else do you need?"
Okay, so that's your answer. You have nothing else, basically.
Yes, we do.
You do realize he's rounded out the stream, don't you?
Say it in that. Say you don't have another answer.
I did say
instead of saying that's my only.
Sorry, well, let me ask you a question. Is that not enough for you? Are you a Globie? And
No, it's not. No, it's not. Absolutely not.
oh, that's a terrible shame.
I think this guy's soliciting
the
to
videos
get
and the clips you
rammed up
use.
his ass. So Nathan, get the R ready.
No need to get angry with him. If it's not enough for you,
Exactly.
that's okay.
Is that
no
your
worries.
cop-out?
That's no worries.
Is that your cop out, Nathan?
Sorry.
I told you I'd come on your channel. Is that how you're gonna treat me?
If it's not enough for you, that's
Is
not
that
my
your
problem.
cop-out,
Somebody get the banjo.
Stick your R inside.
Do you need me to? It seems.
That's what you need.
Seems you need us to spoon feed you. The
You have
observably
nothing
obvious.
else. You have nothing else.
Yeah, we
That's
do.
what I have.
I already
And nobody's
gave you
mad over here.
another
about
piece of
3
proof.
your
I
minions.
already gave you another piece of proof, and you didn't listen because you're an asshole.
I told you I'd come on. Wasn't handled very well, was it?
I already gave you another proof, and you didn't listen.
I was
because
talking
you're
to
an
Nathan.
asshole.
Calm down and don't get a gun. Don't. I'm telling you, that's my personal opinion.
Yourself.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, Nathan, if that's your final answer, I'll take that. Appreciate you responding to me. And I'd also like to say you're one of the only channels that don't ban people, but I might have to take that back in about 3.2 seconds. I guess that's my time. Thank you.
I will ban you.
Nobody is gonna ban you because we don't care about
Lots
you.
of first ban and salad going around.
We're not gonna ban you because we don't care.
Okay, well that was my
You
question.
think you're so special with your full out American accent and everything? We don't care.
Whatever
okay?
you want, but I'm done. Thank you. You
Bye.
nothing else.
Don't forget your banjo.
Right.
Sorry, did we not convert you, Michael?
I'm sorry, what?
Did we not convert you?
Did you not convert me?
Yeah, we're not evangelists. Yeah.
I don't know where you're getting that idea from.
We don't care if you're on our side.
I don't either, but I was talking about if you had anything other than perspective to talk about as your proof of flat Earth.
What was my reply?
And you and about 5 minions obviously answered that question.
His
So
minions.
Okay, sorry, hold on, Arwin. Hold on. I've got my kid sorted now, so I can have a conversation with him if that's what he wants.
Don't hit her.
So, I've given you an answer. What was the answer I gave you?
I'm sorry, what?
I did give you an answer. Can you just for my own benefit, repeat it back so I know you've heard my answer?
Well, I actually didn't hear yours. I heard about 3 or 4 people answering for you.
Okay, I said it's the axiom. Do you know what an axiom is?
No, it's not perspective. No, I don't. No.
Okay. Well, then I also gave another statement. The Earth is obviously and observably flat.
Right, from perspective. Ground
No,
level perspective.
I didn't. That's not what I said. Maybe try and repeat the words back that I said, because it's like you didn't hear them.
I'll look up axiom. No, I'm pretty good with most words, but that one don't ring a bell.
Don't worry about it. The following statement clarifies precisely what I mean by that. The Earth is obviously and observably flat.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. Is that your only like perception from a ground level observing?
That's just a general statement of truth. The Earth presents itself as flat.
Okay. So you answer my question. That's all you have.
Well, okay. Let me give you a slightly different example. If I have a toy truck in my hand and I hold it up on camera and say,
No, I get it. I get the whole thing.
I hadn't
Sorry
finished
to
my
interrupt
sentence.
you, though.
So, you're a mind reader? What was my example going to be?
But it's something about perspective, because you obviously said you don't have.
No, it wasn't. So you aren't a mind reader, just ignorant
Okay.
and rude.
My
So, I hold a truck and say, truck, toy, truck. Are you going to say it? Sorry, I still hadn't finished my sentence. I'm going to ask you a different question. What's your problem?
I have no problem.
Well, shut up then.
Hey, get your.
Shut up. That means keep your lips shut. I haven't finished my sentence. I've made 3 attempts with you talking over me. You're doing it now. Now I'm going to ask you again. What's your problem? What's your malfunction?
Go ahead. My malfunction is nothing.
Then shut up.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't give me permission. Do it again, I kick you out. You shut up and you listen to my damn answer. If you don't like it, that's tough, I don't care. But you will listen to it. You won't talk like you're doing now. Shut up and listen. I hold up a toy truck and say the words toy truck. Will your response be, is that the best you can do?
No, I'd probably laugh.
So what I'm trying to get at is, do you need more than my holding up an item and saying what it is?
As in what context? Like,
as
we
in
talking like toy trucks or the Earth curve?
Yeah. So what was that? As in Earth curves? Sorry, is that an axiom? A word you don't know.
Right. I'll look it up. I'll be prepared next time.
Joe, no worries. You said like Earth curves. Is that something observably obvious that we experience daily?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Maybe
Yeah,
now
but
you've...
not from the ground
Hold
level.
on, sunshine. Now maybe you'd like to demonstrate that curve to us.
Yeah, sure. Fly a weather balloon up.
Yeah, I've done that.
Your fisheye lens.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing it now.
Well, send a good camera up.
Doing it now. I'm in a balloon.
Sure.
What's your point?
Well, you asked me, could it be done? That's
I
the way to do
said,
it.
and you didn't listen. I said in daily general life, didn't I? So,
Oh, no.
Well, that's what an axiom is. Something that your starting point. What you generally take to be.
Go back.
You're doing it
Can I
again.
speak?
I'm
Hey, shut
talking
up.
and
Can I
you're
speak?
talking. Yeah? That's a problem.
Now,
That's why I kept asking you what your
okay.
malfunction was.
Well,
you said you
now,
wanted a
again, we fall
conversation
back
with me.
to
It seems you don't
perspective.
want a conversation with me. You want to continually talk over me like an asshole.
Go beat your kid, not me, bruh.
Oh, you want to come here and ad hom me.
Oh, I came here with respect, and
I
actually,
just
I
said
have a
go
lot
and beat
more
your
respect
kid.
to you than I do a
So
lot of
you're
flat
not
earthers.
here
But if
to
you
have a
want continue to
conversation.
Yell over me, fuck you.
You're not here to have a
You won't do it in
conversation.
person.
Go on, get it all out. You want to swear at me and abuse me?
If you
Go
want to
ahead.
Cop out, and I asked you a question, you have no other answer.
I'm trying to answer it. You keep talking over it.
And I came on your show like all you little mini and said I wouldn't, and I fucking owned you. You have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
Wow. Stop swearing. Try and stop swearing.
You got 3 or 4 people jumping on me. You sound like a bitch.
Yeah, you won. Go away and believe in the ball. We're not here to convert you. So if you don't want to listen to any of the answers,
perspective, like you said.
Excuse me, I was again in the middle of a sentence. Michael, this is why you are a retard. You finished your sentence, I started talking, and again, you started talking over me. Yeah, I know you're done. So, Michael, it seems you've only come here to attack me personally, haven't you?
No, not true. Not
really?
True.
You just asked me to beat my kid?
I don't have respect for your
Sorry, you just asked me to beat my kid.
Think that's funny?
Yeah, Michael, so I'll say it again. You're just here to attack me personally, aren't you?
No.
So you didn't own me. You disseminated into logical fallacy. In this case, ad hominem. Maybe you'd like to look that up as well.
Okay, so to answer my question, you have nothing else.
I don't answer anything from you anymore, dickhead.
Okay. Rage quit then.
No, not rage quit. Point out repeatedly.
Rage quit on your own show.
Again, you seem to be talking while I'm talking, my friend. Is this a malfunction with your cognition? Don't know how to have the conversation you've said you've come in for? Just come to attack me? You think you've won? You've demonstrated yourself to be a total asshole, Michael. Again, let's shut him up. So what Michael's actually achieved is a demonstration of him being an asshole. He's not come to have a reasonable conversation. He's only got his presuppositions that the Earth is curving without any demonstrable evidence, apart from apparently jumping on a balloon. What he actually wants is to attack me personally. That's his purpose in being here. Not to have a conversation. Not a reasonable person. An asshole.
Now he's a muted asshole.
Yeah, so if you think you won, Michael, you didn't. You came and you made an ass of yourself. Did very poorly.
Did he rage quit?
Michael, no, he's still here. Someone
No,
muted
I
him, which is
muted him
annoying.
He's probably still talking, not even realizing that I muted him.
He's so dumb he doesn't know to press the button. Unmute himself.
Unmute.
Michael, you click on the arrow down pointing downwards,
need to tell
right
him.
upper corner of your icon.
I don't care if he's
it's
unmuted.
and you click it, and then you're unmuted. That's how it works, Michael.
Yeah, the guy's only here to attack me personally. That's his only objective. And when I start talking, he carries on talking, which says he's not here to have a conversation. He's here because he's annoyed at me.
Yeah, I already said I was.
And we didn't hear you. You've been muted for 2 minutes. So.
Well, yeah, because y'all muted me.
Yeah, because you talked through Nathan and it was getting really annoying.
Whatever the case is, man. I mean, pussy is pussy. Period.
Yeah,
I'm not Nathan's minion. We're not Nathan's minions.
Well,
We're human
obviously
beings.
you are. I can't tell.
Obviously we are.
Nathan can't handle himself.
Overlord, and we're all his minions.
You realize that most of us have our own.
Nathan can't handle himself.
Wait a minute. You do realize that most of us have our own channels here, don't you? You do realize that most of the people on this panel have their own channels.
I'm sorry, what? I couldn't hear you. I was lighting a cigarette.
Yeah, most of the people on this panel have their own channels. We're not minions to Nathan.
Yeah, so do I. But you're also Nathan followers. You're up his ass all day. I could tell that from just coming from Arwen's channel. Thank you. Yeah.
That's true.
Nathan is your god. So I would assume that you would jump in whenever I crush your god.
What?
But Nathan couldn't answer himself. It took 3 of y'all to answer yourself before Nathan could spit it out.
You do realize that Nathan. Wait a minute. No. Let me just finish it.
Got mad and said, "Oh, what you want me to ban you?"
Right, listen. Right. You will listen, Michael. Right, Michael. Nathan was rounding out the show, right? So he was rounding out the show, and he was away from the microphone for a good 2 minutes whilst he rounds out the show and sorts his daughter out. In the meantime, you were demanding that he answered the question, in which time we were getting frustrated with your adamant request that Nathan respond to this. Oh, he's left. What a surprise.
Yep.
Very wise.
Oh, it's gone. He rage quit.
He did.
Just someone check the back chat. Make sure no one kicked him.
No, he's still there.
No, it said he left.
But that's
Good, very wise.
That's a perfect illustration of what's
Just
going
somebody
on
that-
here. Because that guy just spent the last 20 minutes and nothing whatsoever was said. So, I mean, this is what I'm saying. I was rushed into speaking for about 5 minutes and judged, I guess, accordingly. Can I just say before I go, Arwen, I'd like to hear what your finds on Aristarchus are, and also if you think that I just came by this information incidentally or accidentally, well, you'd be definitely mistaken. So,
But
certainly more to
I
the
never
story.
claimed that. Look, I believe that you might have actually had a profound moment of insight, and you've been struggling ever since to actually deal with that.
No, not at all. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
haven't
you
been-
are. No,
Well,
that's what I think.
hang on, you
Because if
believe,
you
so-
wouldn't, then you would actually be constructing
on.
a foundation
Yeah, but
for the
hang on,
theory
you just
because you
said-
actually get it.
You just said you believe, right? So I'm here to tell you that your belief is incorrect. Because I didn't do what you might expect me to do or want me to do. That doesn't mean that I'm
Elaborate
thinking
on
along
your
those
theory
lines.
and actually build a foundation for it,
Listen,
which would only
yeah.
support your position.
Well, here's the thing, Arwen.
yeah,
Here's the thing,
because you're
Arwen.
not. You haven't.
Well, here's the thing, Arwen. You see, everything we're finding out is already known.
Yeah, it's
So-
already known. So why would you do anything? Everything's
Well,
gonna be
I'm
all
just
right.
hang on,
You don't
man.
have
I'm
to
just
do
following.
anything.
I'm following the clues, so we should follow the clues in one sense. But it is interesting that you claim to be the only other person talking about Aristarchus, and I don't know what significance or stead you place in it, or what you have to say about it, really, because I don't listen to your hangouts because you're so intolerant. You just fucking ban people, or ban me anyway, for saying certain things and not other things, or talking the way you don't like, as opposed to.
Well, that's
talking
'cause
the
you're
way
a
I
moron.
You mean when you're
Because you're a
either
moron,
being
Pete.
vulgar or you're spamming
No, it's because he's a
or you're
moron.
being interrupted?
I'm a moron, Ranty.
You're
I'm
a
a
moron,
moron.
Pete.
Yet, hang on, let me answer. I'm a moron, Ranty.
You
Yet,
are a
when you
moron.
arrived on this scene,
You're a
you
little
arrived on this
bitch.
scene, you incorporated.
You're a woman-hating little bitch. That's what you are.
You wouldn't say that to my face, man.
Yes,
I'd
I
punch
would.
you out.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I
we
would.
all
You're a
would.
woman-hating little
You're a
bitch.
little snake that was inserted
what-
from the start, and you were
That's
swayed
what
by
you are.
Riley. Do you remember Riley
That's-
was saying that he
that's what-
swayed you? He didn't
that's
want
what-
Ranty.
And it's a
That's what
shame
you
that
are,
that
Pete.
is what you are, Pete, because the
No trannies on
Aristarchus
flat Earth,
idea
right?
is
You're a
probably
woman-hating
a
little
profound
bitch.
insight,
No trannies on
but
flat
you
Earth.
just
Because I
can't
point
handle
out-
your own insight.
Because I
That's what
point
I
out the
No.
nature of the transgender agenda. I'm a woman hater.
Transgender agenda.
I'm a
You
woman
are a
hater,
woman.
right?
You are a woman. Prove that you're not a woman.
You're a coward, Ranty. That's
Prove
all
it.
you are, and you're a snake
Prove
as
it.
well. And you were another
Prove it.
inserted
Prove
into
it.
the
Prove it.
flat Earth, and
You
you
go
hooked up
around
with
calling
Riley.
people. You go around
Riley
calling
caught you
women
at
like
the right
Constance
time. You were
Stearns
just
and
teetering
Patricia
on the
Steer,
brink of going
men
with
that
all the
were
conspirators.
that are changing into a woman. When you can't prove that you weren't a woman yourself.
Can I not?
No, you can't.
Can I not now?
No.
So, what level of investigations have you done into the differences between the male?
What
and
level of
female?
investigation did you
Stop
do at
interrupting me,
Constance
man.
Bruns?
Stop interrupting
What
me.
level of
investigations have you
investigation?
done
You took
in-
one look at her. You took one look
Shut
at her
your
and
mouth.
you said that she was a man.
That Constance Bruns is a man and a
No,
woman.
she's not.
Yes, she is.
No, she is not.
Retarded thing
Yes,
I've
she
ever
is.
heard.
No, she is not.
How do you know?
How do you know?
I asked you first.
How do you know? You made the claim.
It's
How
clear.
do you
and
know? No,
observable.
it's not. I
Yes,
look
it
at
is.
you and I see a woman. That's clear as day, right?
Right.
I look at you, I see a woman. You look
I
like a
look at
woman,
you
you
and I
talk
see a
like a
fucking
woman,
pussy,
you
man.
walk like a woman. You're a
I see a
woman.
pussy in you, man. That's all.
You're a woman,
You're a
right?
coward,
Now
Ranty.
go and prove it otherwise.
You're a coward.
Otherwise,
And
it's
nothing
just
you've
my
ever
word
presented,
against yours.
Ranty, hasn't been presented
Otherwise,
already.
it's my
People
word
call
against
white
yours.
lies.
That's all it is, Pete. You shouldn't even be in this panel. You shouldn't be here. I don't
Shut
like
your
you.
fucking mouth, man.
You don't
Shut your
deserve
mouth.
to be here.
Shut your mouth. You're a
You know,
snake in the grass. like the rest
Nobody
of them.
needs you. You don't
Go
bring
smash that
anything.
super-
You
smash
don't
that
bring
super chat.
anything. You and your fucking dodo get stuffed.
Smash that super chat.
Take your dodo off.
How's your P1000 going, Randy? You did nothing
Going
that
great.
Wide
Thank you
Awake
very
didn't
much,
do in
Pete.
years ago.
The more
So
I
shut
tell
your
you
mouth.
what, that P1000 has brought so much fun to all the other people that watch those debates. So much more fun than anything that you've ever brought out. The only
That's
thing
fine.
you've
I'm
ever
not
brought
looking
out
for any
is division.
popularity.
That's the only thing that you've ever brought out, Pete. You shouldn't
What you
even be
presented
here.
wide awake,
It was
wide
like
awake
when
on
it was like
everything
when
that you
Nathan
did
cornered
3
you with
years ago.
Patricia, and he asked you, "Do you want to actually see Patricia to prove that she's a woman?" And you laughed, and we all knew what you was up to, what your game was. You probably haven't had any fanny for so long that you just
Right,
hate
this
women.
has gone too far. It was already close to the bone.
Well, whatever.
We are fair. We are fair, aren't we?
I hate women, but so does Antonio Subris, and a close friend of Nathan's here.
Right, I've tried to
you
draw
admit
close
it.
to it. Come on, let's just change the subject.
Right, he admitted it. He said it. He just said it. He's admitted it. That's all I wanted. I knew.
Let's
No, I
transition
don't
to a new subject.
Wow. This is even getting too embarrassing for P. Mars, okay?
Yeah, because tranny is a dirty word. Don't mention transgenderism. Don't worry, Branty, that your leader, Theresa May, is a tranny, a male and drag, embroiled in a paedophile cover-up scandal. Don't worry about that. Criticize and hate on someone like
Now
me.
we're more
you'll
worried
point out
about
the
your
blatantly
cunt
obvious.
envy, P. We're kind of
Don't worry
worried
about it.
about your cunt envy.
Don't worry about my content, man. You just
No,
keep
no,
repeating
no,
the
not
same thing over
content.
and over.
Don't repeat it.
Envy.
Don't repeat it. I heard the first time. Just let's leave off Pete. I mean, we've heard his bollocks about Aristarchus. We've got the same word salad as last time with no evidence to back it. You know, now we're just talking about his
In the centre of
usual
your
speculation
All
about
the best.
bloody trannies. It's just, this is boring to me.
Yeah.
He's just a vile and vulgar human being.
Okay, so it's boring to you, Nathan, after 700 days of 2-hour shows talking about the same thing.
Yeah, the biggest deception mankind has ever experienced.
Right.
Much more interesting
Right,
than your speculation about random people you see on your screen.
No, that's not random speculation. There's a significance between the male and the female physiological makeup, right? So if men are passing themselves off for women and vice versa, especially in positions of power and influence, do you not think that this might be entwined with the greatest deception that is the flat Earth? Think that it might all be connected?
No, that's just that you're talking about the people, you know. So
Right.
the shape of the
Yeah.
Earth and the people that are on it. No, not really. You
No,
know, especially
you
not
see,
when
the
it's
thing
something
is,
so
Nathan, the
so
Earth is
vastly
observably
devoid
flat,
of anything to do with the shape of the Earth, as in
Okay,
people's.
I'll answer you, and I'll tell you why it has, because this is the biggest deception to man. But the biggest deception to man has been created and crafted, right? We are about trying to discern reality, to find out what is the true nature of this place we're on, and maybe ourselves as well. This all connects to it, the transgender issue, many other issues, all the different media
Everything
hoaxes,
about our
trickery.
nature is connected to the transgender.
It all connects back to our true natures, the
Everything
true natures of reality here.
sounds like an obsession to me. Pete.
Well, let me tell you, let me just give you briefly I mean, I don't express my fully my thoughts on things, but I will call out something when I see it. I think by nature we are male and female in one, and here we are in life in a divided state. So I love women, I love my fellow man, so I don't give a fuck what Randy has to say. He wouldn't say these things to my face, that's all.
Yeah, we would.
No, you wouldn't, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
No, you
would,
wouldn't.
Pete. Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
would,
would.
Pete.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't, man.
Yes, I would.
I would
Pete.
slap you in the face like a bitch
Would you, Arwen? Are you sure you're not a bitch?
with my flat hand. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Slap Barbie Pete.
Can't-
Around.
Can't we all just get along?
There's some areas that this is what I keep saying. I'll go shortly. That we learn more from what people won't talk about these days than what they will. Ye crowd will talk about the same things incessantly, with infinite patience, over and over again. It's almost like a ploy, right? So it's when new topics come up that you get this violent, vitriolic reaction. This gives the sort of game away. But for me, all of these things are intimately connected in terms of the greater picture that presents itself to us in terms of our lives. So that's all.
Fair play. Are we off air?
We're not live. This is getting recorded though.
Ah, finally.
Pete's gone. We can all sigh a breath of relief.
I don't like Pete. I don't like him for what he's done with the women in this in the debate, because any woman that comes on a show is instantly calling them a transvestite, and it really irks me.
Yeah, I suppose that's why there's not many women compared to men on here if they get attacked.
Well, it's people like Pete that are doing that, and yeah, he's very vitriolic with it. Doesn't mince. I mean, can you imagine Constance Bruns? Yeah, she's there. She's like, she must be a 60-year-old, and she comes on. She's having a nice civil chat with me, and she's got somebody in the side chat, a renowned flat earther, Pete Shea, turning around and saying that she's a transvestite. She's obviously a man, right? I mean, imagine reading that stuff. Yeah, how would you feel if you were her?
Not nice, is it?
No, it's not. And I have respect for my elders, and I certainly have respect for women. And he clearly has no respect for anybody.
Yeah, at least himself.
Yeah, he's got no frame of reference or anything. He's just accusing.
Exactly. And that's why I've kept turning around to him and saying, well, you're a woman dressed as a man. Prove otherwise. And that irks it. That really gets his goat. And I don't care if it gets his goat, because at the end of the day, it's just doing to him what he's doing to other people. And you see how triggered he gets over that.
Yeah, Ranty, fair play, man. You're one of the cool flat earth people, man. Just a regular guy that's going out doing observations and stuff.
I know this is going to sound stupid, but I remember once when I was doing retail sales, and I asked a woman once, I said, "When do you do?" Come to find out, she wasn't pregnant. And I go, I guess I need to keep my mouth shut about any nature of anybody when it comes to how they present themselves or what I think they present themselves as. So I think we just need to leave that all alone until they prove themselves otherwise, not because we impose that on them.
Yeah, it's just a really, really small percentage of people that actually are transgender or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
it's like 1% of like 99%. But there's so much focus on it. It's just like
depends on the
such a
region.
small amount.
It depends on the region. Seriously, there's a lot of them in the Netherlands. I happen to know 2 of them.
Well, Pete Shea goes too far, in my opinion. Really does. You know, there's no need for it.
Yeah, it's good for comedy value, I suppose. More when he's talking about Aristarchus and stuff, not the attacks on people, but
No, but I find the Aristarchus stuff annoying as well, because he always
Yeah.
presents it as this loosely weavy, dreamy thing that doesn't really make any sense.
Never says
But-
anything. He never tells you a damn
Exactly,
thing
but
about
that's
it.
the point, and he could. There is actual things he could do with it, but I'm not gonna do it for him. Although I almost feel compelled, because I think he did have an original epiphany moment with it some time ago, but he just did nothing with it. Just his stupid story, and he could actually try to sort of prove elements about it, and he doesn't. It's just really annoying.
just
He's
give him a few
ruining
more.
it. He's ruining the concept.
Give him a few more months. He'll have the dodo. He's had the dodo. That's died a death. Now he's got Aristarchus. Give him a few more months, and he'll come out with something else.
Well, the thing is, if you look at his channel and how irregular he's been with his debates and stuff, his last one was 2 months ago. Then it was 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I mean, if this guy was truly going to be revealing something sensational, you know, in that 2 months hiatus that he's been, he would be researching it. He would know how to articulate exactly what it is that he's perceived is this Aristarchus, and he hasn't done it. Nathan gave him the opportunity today, and he didn't produce anything, right? It just tells me that he doesn't know. He doesn't bother his research. He's very random. He just comes on whenever he feels like it. 2 months without streaming. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah,
where's
it's
his?
a
Where's
bunch
his?
of
What he
shit,
actually does all day.
Yeah, but why isn't he putting the effort in? If he's a real true flat earther and he has something that's so sensational, why isn't he doing a stream every day? Why isn't he doing the research? Why isn't he putting videos out about it? Why couldn't he even articulate to Nathan when he asked him?
Because he's a
good at-
dumbass.
He's
He's good at
useless.
bringing everybody down.
Yeah, that's it. He's like an infiltrator to try and cause division. He's like, oh, what's that guy called? Antonio. Yeah, he's like Antonio, causing division.
No, but Antonio actually does things as well.
He's got a book out. I know he's got a book out.
Antonio may be a fiend, but he's not completely useless. He can actually do things and make things and produce maps or whatever, all that. But yeah, Pete Shea just has a few ideas lazily slapped together, and that's it. And he's freaking lazy, and
Yeah.
that's me saying that, and I think I'm lazy. Well, Pete Shea is just the worst.
Yeah, there's not much from the big channels and like Pete Shea and that. They're not really putting out anything. It's like the smaller channels are doing stuff.
It's like I'll be driving to North Wales in a little over a week to do an observation there with another flat earther. Then I'll be driving to the top end of Scotland in about 5 or 6 weeks to do another observation and test there. So, you know, I mean, people will put the time and effort in. And I can't understand how Pete, who only ever does his live streams from his kitchen, right? Can't find the effort to put in the same sort of work. You know, if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to go and do that, spend a fortune, and not only that, because it's that far to Scotland, I'm going to have
travel costs and everything.
Well, I'm going to have to stay over. It's as simple as that. I'm going to have to stay over for a couple of nights because even driving, it's going to take 7 or 8 hours. It's a long way. Petrol, staying over, etc.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's doing nothing.
True. He's doing fuck all. He is doing nothing. But yeah, respect Ranty for doing your observations, man.
Well,
Definitely.
I just want the truth, mate. You know, I mean, I was sick of the Globers turning around and saying the inferior mirage was where the curve started, and I was like, come on. And then I went out of my way to figure it out and did it. So screw them.
Hey Nathan, is there going to be another stream, or is this it?
No, I've got a Spanish class shortly.
All right.
Do you want to go live with me later, Nath? On my channel, about 8.
I'm just doing something at the minute. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But I'm stepping away from the mic because I'm just sorting my kid out.
Okay. Do any of you guys want to come on? Do you want to come on, Arwin?
Sure.
Okay, so I won't mind going live and having a bit of a chit chat.
I can come on as well, just bullshitting.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Are you in there?
Yeah, are you on Skype?
Yeah. I haven't got you on there as a contact actually. I need to get you added in.
He's called her.
We've got everyone else, I think. But...
I'd be up ranty for a chat.
What?
And let's just see if I can find you guys. Right. Dan W, right, I have you. Right, I'm gonna say hi. So I think I've waved at you. Right.
Oh, yeah. Shane.
Yep, that's right.
I've doxed you. I've just doxed you. Sorry.
It's fine. Everyone knows me. Shane Cook. Shane
Nice
Cook,
one.
painter and decorator from Blackpool.
Sweet, man. I've got you.
Yeah, I've nothing to hide. I'm not like these Celtic 67 and, you know, all them idiots over there that just hide behind a name.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got nothing to hide. I'll just divulge everything. But there's just nothing to divulge, to be fair.
Who else just said they would be willing to come on? I missed that, by the way.
Paul.
Paul on the plane.
I'm on Skype. No,
Oh,
not
Paul.
Paul on the plane. I'm not here.
Right, okay, so I can see the name. Let me see. You are on Skype, you say?
I am.
These guys are great.
All Hall.
Yeah.
I put my real name out there.
All right, 4 mutual connections. Here we go. Right, I've sent you a hello as well. So yeah, so I'll create a little group and then I'll put the link out there. And if you guys want to join, that's fine.
So, Arwin, you gonna sort out your issues with Slick James, or is that not going to happen?
There's a lot of noise. Hold on.
Yeah,
Sorry,
cool.
it's me. Hang on.
Okay, sorry.
Are you going to sort out your issues with Slick James?
Yeah, I unblocked him.
Oh, okay, brilliant. So you'll be a part of Ballbusters if we do another one?
Maybe.
Maybe. Did you watch it?
Yeah, part of it.
What did you think?
It seemed like a regular hangout kind of thing. We're a lot of viewers, though.
Yeah, peaked over 500.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. So yeah, there is something about the time slot. definitely worth it. Although, yeah, I would have settled for Ball Breakers because that just seems more Nathan.
Do-do-do-do.
Is that it? Is that all your feedback?
What?
Is that it? Any more?
Be close to 15,000 subscribers, Nath. 14,831. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, shouldn't be long. Hopefully 15k is just around the corner.
Yeah, I think the Ball Breakers or whatever, Ball Busters was pretty cool. I just wish we'd had more of more things to talk about because it just seemed to just be the one thing.
Right. Yeah. What Glowbusters typically has is just a lot of footage to present. That's kind of, they're good at that, bringing in material and showing it and bringing out new concepts and everything. And yeah, if you're gonna if you want to seriously compete, you're gonna need to also kind of get that in, or it's just gonna be a talk show.
Anybody else? Paul, Dan, did you watch it? No, Travis didn't.
Sorry, what was that?
If you saw Ballbusters yesterday,
Yeah, the inaugural show.
Yeah.
Is it inaugural? I don't know how you say it.
Yeah,
Inaugural.
pilot, inaugural, whichever you want to call it.
I need to rewatch it. I just saw the title. I think I watched some of it, but I was like half cooked at the time, so I couldn't really watch it properly. But yeah, it's a good name, Nathan. Good name.
Good enough.
We had a bit of a back and forth beforehand, didn't we, Nath?
Well, you didn't like the name, but it's one of those. You got to at some point just decide on what the name's going to be. And I was like, that's going to be the name. I asked my wife. She was like, yeah, that's nice. Put it out in Skype. A couple of people gave me different names, and I was like, I don't like them. I'm going with this one. So then I spent a couple of hours making an ad, made a thumbnail. Again, shared it the whole time. And then right when I'd finished, Ranty's like, I don't like that name. So I was like, tough.
Let's be honest. I actually misrepresented what you were
to be
actually
fair,
saying.
You thought I was setting up a channel called Ballbusters, which isn't. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there was a bit of a misunderstanding along the way as well.
I didn't realise it was just a stream name. If I'd known him originally, it was just a stream name, I'd have been happy to go along with that. But when you turn around, I thought it was a channel name, and of course, I pretty much lost it.
for me, a bit of an issue also with it is that it is too meme sensitive to be replaced with Bob Busters, which I fully exploited during the hangout.
What do you mean you exploited?
Well, I actually trolled you with that in the chat. Probably didn't notice.
I wasn't paying 100% attention to the chat, I've got to be honest.
Exactly.
Right. I see.
Just, yeah, Ball Busters very much sounds like Bob Busters. So.
Oh, right. I mean, I hadn't even given that any consideration.
Well, I do. I'm the meme guy. If you want to decide on a name, you got to talk to me.
What about ball castration, transgender?
Very catchy.
Ball castration.
Well, hold on.
I'm just
you
joking.
could also do ball bashers, not ball breakers.
But
ball bashers.
Is that like a bit gay? Sounded?
It sounds like.
Oh yeah, shit.
It sounds ball bashing.
Bashing your balls. Yeah.
That sounds a bit risque.
Okay, yeah, that's too gay. Ball breakers, I think, still has. It sounds Nathan-y. I don't know what that is, but breaking my balls, Nathan.
Hey guys, I've come across this hilarious video. I've said it a few times today. Have you heard of it? Opinion Rhapsody. You've never heard of Opinion? Oh God, guys, go and have a Google for that. So it's someone's opinion. So Opinion Rhapsody. It's a bit like Bohemian Rhapsody, So it's this group of individuals that have done a song, but they've called it Opinion Rhapsody, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's about trolls on YouTube. I can't tell you how good it is.
Okay, cool.
And with that recommendation from Ranty, I'll say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the audience in the Nathan Oakley channel premiering feed for tuning in and hopefully sharing this after show debate. Also a massive thank you to all of the debating panel for making this extended after show possible. If you have something to do after the stream is finished, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!